Izmit, traditionally called in English Ismid, is a city in Turkey, the administrative center of the Kocaeli Province as well as the Metropolitan Municipality. It is located at the Gulf of İzmit in the Sea of Marmara, about 100 kilometers east of Istanbul, on the northwestern part of Anatolia. The city center has a population of 300,611. The population of the province is 1,459,772. Nicomedia was the eastern and most senior capital city of the Roman Empire between 286 and 324, during the Tetrarchy introduced by Diocletian. Following Constantine the Great's victory over co-emperor Licinius at the Battle of Chrysopolis in 324, Nicomedia served as an interim capital city for Nova Roma. Geography. The geological location of Izmit is between 40 degrees to 41 degrees north and 29 degrees to 31 degrees east, surrounded by the Gulf of İzmit at south, Istanbul and the Sea of Marmara at west, the Black Sea at north, and Sakarya at east. The city is mostly built on hill slopes because of the cramped area, while flat plains surround the Gulf, near the sea. This topographic structure divided the city into two parts. The first was created on flat plains, where the city center is. The railway and highway networks pass from this area, which is close to the Sea of Marmara. The second part was built on hills, with many historic houses from the Ottoman period in the old quarters. Climate. Izmit has a humid subtropical climate, with considerable maritime and continental influences. Summers are hot and very humid, and the average maximum temperature is around 29 degrees Celsius in July and August, although temperatures usually exceed 30 degrees Celsius in June, July, August and even September. Winters are cool and damp, and the lowest average minimum temperature is around 3 degrees Celsius in January. Precipitation is high and fairly evenly distributed the year round. It is heaviest in autumn, winter, spring. Snowfall is quite common between the months of December and March, snowing for a week or two. History. In antiquity, the city in Greek was called Vasticus or Olbia. After being destroyed, it was rebuilt and founded by Nicomedes I of Bithynia in 264 BC under the name of Nicomedia. It has ever since been one of the most important cities in northwestern Asia Minor. Hannibal came to Nicomedia in his final years and committed suicide in nearby Libissa. The historian Arrian was born there. Nicomedia was the metropolis of Bithynia under the Roman Empire, and Diocletian made it the eastern capital city of the Roman Empire in 286 when he introduced the Tetrarchy system. Nicomedia remained as the eastern capital of the Roman Empire until Licinius was defeated by Constantine the Great in 324. Constantine mainly resided in Nicomedia as his interim capital city for the next 6 years, until in 330 he declared the nearby Byzantium as Nova Roma, which eventually became known as Constantinople. Constantine died in a royal villa at the vicinity of Nicomedia in 337. Owing to its position at the convergence of the Asiatic roads leading to the new capital, Nicomedia retained its importance even after the foundation of Constantinople. At 451, the local bishopric was promoted to a metropolitan see under the jurisdiction of the Ecumenical Patriarchate of Constantinople. Until the late 11th century it was under Byzantine rule. Then it was captured by Seljuk Turks. Soon after it was returned to Byzantine sovereignty as a consequence of the successes of the First Crusade. After capture of Constantinople in 1204, the city, with most of the Bithynia province, became a part of the Latin Empire. It was recaptured by the Byzantines around 1235 and stayed in its borders until first half of the 14th century. The city was conquered by the Ottoman Turks in 1337. Byzantine rule renewed in 1402, but the Ottomans reconquered it in 1419. Under Ottoman rule, it was the capital of the Sanjak of Kocaeli. Izmit was occupied by the United Kingdom on 6 July 1920 during the Turkish War of Independence. The British left it to Greece on 27 October 1920. Izmit was retaken by the Turks on 28 June 1921. As of 1920, the British reported that the city had a population of about 13,000. In 1,921 atrocities were committed in the city and its surroundings. During the Greco-Turkish War against the civilian population, an Allied report stated that the large number of excesses were committed by both sides during the last year, while the Turkish atrocities in the Izmit Peninsula have been more considerable and ferocious than those on the part of the Greeks. The 7.6 MW earthquake of 17 August 1999 devastated the region with a maximum Mercalli intensity of IX. The shock killed more than 17,000 people and left 500,000 homeless. It took several years for the city to recover from this disaster, and remnants remain visible. Main sites. There are numerous tourist attractions in the city centre and its adjacent region, such as remains of the ancient Acropolis, Agra, Amphitheatre, Nymphaeum, Necropolis, the Demeter Temple, the Hellenistic Architecture, Mound King tombs, Roman city walls, aqueducts and cisterns, parts of the Temple of Augustus, parts of the palace and arsenal of Diocletian, the Byzantine fortress at the core of the Roman city walls, Orhan Gazi Mosque, the 14th-century Suleiman Pasha Hamam, the 16th-century Imarat Mosque and Patev Pasha Mosque, designed by the great Ottoman architect Mimar Sinan. Patev Pasha Fountain, the 16th-century Mehmed Bey Hamam, Sachi Ali Effendi Mansion, Tuisas Fountain, the early 19th-century Fivziya Mosque, Kapanka Sokagi Fountain and Kanfada Kethuda Kadin Fountain, Siri Pasha Mansion, Kasri Humayun Palace, French Theological School, Redif Barracks, Izmit Clock Tower. Economy. Izmit has a history as a port city. As of 1913, the Turkish government had been working to privatize the port. At the time, a company called Vigas built a temporary dock, bringing a small export business to the area. The British described the port as having little business as of 1920. During the Sanjak period of Izmit, the forested regions of the area were devastated by deforestation. The wood in the region of Izmit was used to produce charcoal, primarily. During the 1920s, the area was also known for manufacturing linen. Factories were rare during that time, so most linen was handmade. It was described as being coarse, and as being in high demand in Turkey as of 1920. Izmit was the home of 2 Turkish Army and Navy uniform factories. One made fez hats and the other made cloth. The area made carpet and embroidery, made by mainly Christian women. Izmit has a large oil refinery and major paper and cement factories. Ford Motor Company has a plant here in a joint venture with Otosan, assembling the Transit Tonio and Transit Tonio Connect vans, with Ford's Southampton assembly plant closing in July 2013, and the launch of the new Otosan Oni V363 Transit in 2014. Izmit will be the sole producer of Ford Transit vans for Europe. It is also a transportation hub, being on the main highway and railway lines between Istanbul and Ankara and having a major port. In the past few years, the province has developed into a growth point for the Turkish automotive industry, receiving investments from Ford, Hyundai, Honda and Isuzu. tire and rubber products are produced to world-class standard. As of today, Kocaeli Province has attracted more than 1,200 industrial investments, 108 of which have been established with the international capital. Turkey's largest enterprise, the Tüpraş petroleum refinery plant, is in Kocaeli, containing altogether 27% of the national chemical products industry, including petrochemical products. 18 of the 100 largest enterprises of Turkey are in Kocaeli and contribute to around 17% to 18% of the national tax revenues. Financial Times affiliated foreign direct investment magazine nominated Kocaeli among the 25 European regions of the future for 2006-2007. The city was chosen along with Adana for Turkey, which scored the highest points for cost-effectiveness against Kocaeli's wider infrastructure, while Adana and Kocaeli tied on points for human resources and quality of life. The famous Turkish traditional sweet pizmaniye is a product of Izmit and the Kocaeli Province. Transport, located along the commercially active Black Sea and Marmara Sea shorelines, Kocaeli boasts 5 ports and 35 industrial docks, making it an important communications center, as well as Anatolia's farthest inland contact point and a gateway to global markets. The main transportation routes, the D100 highway and the Trans-European motorway which connects Europe with Asia, along with railway lines, form an intercontinental passage network. Izmit Central Railway Station is one of the busiest in Turkey, built in 1977 to replace the original station. Kocaeli neighbors one of the world's largest metropolitan centers, Istanbul. Its vicinity to Istanbul's 2 international airports, which are 45 and 80 kilometers away, respectively, from Izmit's city center, provides national and international connections. On the 1st of March 1958, SS Üsküdar, a small passenger ferry sailing between Izmit and Ermendra, sank due to low-DOS weather. 272 people died, including 38 students and 7 crew. 37 passengers and 2 crew survived the disaster. Education. Kocaeli University was established in the city in 1992. The university has more than 50,000 students. It has established a Department of International Relations that monitors Bologna developments closely and oversees KOU's participation in the Erasmus and Leonardo da Vinci Student in Mobility schemes. With membership in the European University Association, KU is aiming for greater international recognition of its academic work. The university, while focusing on technical and engineering subjects, offers an extensive selection of courses in social sciences and arts as well. Some steps towards certification by a better being taken by the Faculty of Engineering, such as adaptation of course content in engineering majors. Image gallery. Historic and modern sites in and around Izmit. Agra of Izmit, Citadel of Izmit, Temple of Augustus of Izmit, Izmit Clock Tower, Izmit Bay Bridge. International relations. Twin towns, sister cities. Izmit is twinned with Kassel, Germany, since 1989. Ulsan, South Korea, Sexferevar, Hungary. Jinan, China, Maryland, USA. Beyde, Libya. Sport. The city's main football club is Kocaelispor, with fans all across the province. The city is also home to women's football team Derenspor. The multi-sport club Kocaeli BB Kagates has several sports sections covering a wide range disciplines. Cycling is popular with local team Bursaspor, and the Tour of Marmara is hosted. The city also hosted the following tournaments: 2012 European Junior Open Water Swimming Championships, 2012 13 Turkish Cup Basketball, 2013 IHF World Championship Division 2, 2014 IHF World U18 Championship Division 3, 2014-15 EHF Champions League Group Stage, 2015 Boys Youth European Volleyball Championship.